Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to, in this video, just continue our jaunt through triangle sum theorem. All we're really going to do in this video is tackle some slightly more difficult problems. And what makes them more difficult is that it isn't just going to be x. We're going to have a little bit of an expression that we're going to have to kind of, simplify before we can finally solve. But really, it's not going to change the steps. Our steps are going to be the exact same. We're still going to write the trisum theorem, triangle sum theorem. We're still going to plug in our angles. And we're still going to do our darndest to isolate x. It just means that to do this, it's going to be a little more work. That's all. So let's try our hand at this first one, example 3 over here, trisum theorem. What is it? Well, it's written up here if you forgot it, but it's just angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. And again, that important part is the equal sign. The whole reason we use the triangle sum theorem is it creates an equal sign so that we can isolate x and find out what it equals. We're still going to plug things in the same way. I'm going to make sure that whatever term has the variable in it, I'm going to make that one A, and the rest of them B and C. Again, it doesn't really matter. It just makes things easier, more streamlined if you do it this way. I'll do that right now. 4x plus 10, that's my A. Then we'll make 58B, so plus 58. And then we'll make 32C, so plus 32. If I add them all up, they should add up to 180, or they will add up. Not should, they will. And what I have here is a little beast of an equation. So let's simplify it. It's always easier to work with less numbers, so let's see if there's anything that we can combine. Nothing combines with this 4x. There's no other variables, so we'll just keep that 4x. But I can combine these three constants together, so let's get the calculator and do that. 10 plus 58 plus 32, 100. So these are going to become 100. 4x plus 100 equals 180. And now I'm ready to isolate my x. I've got x on one side. I want it just to be only numbers on the other side. So let's get rid of this 100 and this 4. First thing we always get rid of is the constant. So we're going to move the constant to the other side. That's going to get us I wanted that to be green, my bad. 4x equals 180. And I'm going to move that 100 to the other side. So minus 100. 4x equals 80. And then you might think, okay, so then do I subtract the 4? This is a mistake some of us are still making. So I want to try and I want to clarify this. When you have a coefficient, think of the coefficient as a really sticky number, all right? If I subtract the 4, I would have to subtract the x as well. If I move the 4, I have to move the x with it. They are glued together. But I can reduce the 4 a different way. I can't subtract it without moving the x, but I can divide by 4, and that will reduce the 4 to a different sticky number. That reduces this 4 into a 1. The 1 is still stuck to the x, but a 1x is just x. So we can't move the 4. We actually have to reduce the 4 in this one. These cancel out. We end up with x equals, and 80 divided by 4 is 20. And so my value for x is 20. Please note, it's still the same 3 steps. Again, triangle sum theorem, plug in the variable or plug in the angles, and then we're just isolating x. It's just a couple more steps to get there. A couple more things to do. Let's do it again over here. Start with the first step. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180. I'm going to plug in my angles once again. I'm going to make sure I use the one with x as my A. It just keeps things orderly to get that x as far left as possible. 12x plus 6. And then we'll make this B and this C plus 45 equals 180. We're going to combine some like terms here. Nothing to combine that x with, so that stays 12x. 6 plus 45 is going to be 96. I'm going to move that 96 to the other side. So 12x equals 180 minus 96. Looks like I might run out of room here, so we'll just have to continue it above. Let's see. 180 minus 96 is 84. Ooh, I sure hope that works. It does. 12x equals 84. And then I still need to isolate that x. So let's move this bad boy a little bit higher so I don't run out of room. I'm going to move it up here. And maybe I'll make like a little... Sorry, guys. Here we go. I'll make like a little division here. Okay. And I need to get rid of that 12. I need to get rid of that 12 by dividing by the 12. Because again, it's a sticky number. If I move the 12, I'd have to move the x. But I can reduce the 12. Slice and dice. And this gets me x equals divided by 12. 7. Sweet. There you go, guys. 2 solid examples. But notice, it's the same steps. Try some theorem, plug in the angles, simplify, solve. Try some theorem, plug in the angles, simplify, solve, or isolate. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. I got 4 more problems I want you to try on your own. And then the next video, I'll go over them myself. See you there.